Dear Journal, through the miracle of my auto accident, I experienced a reconfiguration of the entirety of my being. It was no longer possible for me to continue creating life the way I had been up to that point. It's not that I was on a horrible trajectory, only before this event I was a very different person. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't mean-spirited or intentionally out to create harm in the world. I was doing a fair enough job at life, but I severely lacked balance in all aspects. My strong will and tenacious spirit oftentimes did not support the harmonious life I truly desired, as well as I was stuck in old habits and negative patterns which repeatedly caused pain for myself and others. During the period of time just before my miracle accident, I made some very clear negative decisions about God and/or a higher power. Every aspect of life resembled a giant question mark. I'd done things right according to everything I'd learned so far. It had failed me miserably. It was as if every door was closed with a myriad of locks for which I had none of the keys. It is true my life resembled varying degrees of messiness. I was the byproduct of familial, cultural, societal, and religious circumstances which I was raised in. Throughout my childhood, I was taught to follow a certain set of expectations to produce the perfect life. I attempted to create the formula of A plus B equals C and did it multiple times. Needless to say, the perfect life did not manifest. However, what did was the exact right path for me to begin a soul journey. At that time, I was 40 years old and attempting to complete my third divorce. I was deeply confused and felt utterly lost. Everything I'd been taught to be the way was not working for me. I was overwhelmed and depressed, so heavy with self-doubt and self-judgment. Day by day, my little boat was sinking. It was as if I was adrift on a sailboat in the darkest hours of the night, amidst a waveless ocean and stifling air without the slightest breeze to fill the sails. Quote, "The dark night of soul comes just before revelation. When everything is lost and all seems darkness, then comes new life and all that is needed." End quote. Joseph Campbell, American writer. The culmination of my life decisions were literally almost the death of me. I was in what's known in historical context as a dark night of the soul, an extremely difficult or painful period in one's life, a spiritual crisis. Quote, "Without light or guide to save that which burned in my heart," end quote. Dark Night of the Soul, St. John of the Cross, Spanish Catholic priest, mystic, and Carmelite friar. I was grasping to find the will to continue living in the darkness of all the unknowns. Then one snowy day in late November, a miracle was orchestrated by the great above, the divine, and/or the universe. I did not think anyone up there gave two shits about me, let alone cared. I couldn't have fathomed such immense divine and/or universal love existed in so great a magnitude as to touch my life with the experience of a miracle. We are each so loved and valued by the spiritual realms, it is incomprehensible. Ultimately, I came to realize it was mission critical to experience the first 42 years of my life exactly the way I did. All those so-called misdeeds, errors of the past, were trying so desperately to keep me locked right there in the past, squelching all hope for a brighter future. I came to understand they only had power if I gave it to them. Instead, I started to imply the perspective or lens of learning and growing, and even more importantly, I saw it all as essential to an organic path of evolution. Over time, I even found authentic gratitude as I came to understand I am who I am. What I thought was my greatest struggles 100% grew into my greatest strengths. My relationship with food went from addiction to life passion. My relationship with myself went from abusive to purest nurturing love. The black and white within my soul both came to shine in their unique brilliance. Over time, these types of transmutations continued to assist my organic path of mindful consciousness. To read more, go to www.aglowlife.com.